guys, my name is Elizabeth Polk and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by and I hope you continue to stick around. But do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free and just by subscribing it motivates me to put out more and better content each time. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 rules on how to have a safe and a fun hot girl summer. Summer is literally less than 2 weeks away. And in my opinion, I feel like this summer is the summer of redemption because last summer we all were pretty much on quarantine and on lockdown. But this summer, everything's pretty much opened back up. We're outside. So these tips are going to help you ladies and gents too, if you guys are watching, to have a safe and fun hot girl or hot boy summer. So get comfortable, get your wine, get your snacks, and let's just jump right into the video. Number 1, take your own transportation. I had to learn this the hard way about 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, I went out with a bunch of friends and we went to a club, and we went to the club around 11 o'clock that night, maybe midnight. And afterwards, I thought we was gonna go home. I went with one of my other friends. We all kind of like carpooled. But after we left the club, they wanted to go to the casino. And then after that, they wanted to go to IHOP. Make a long story short, we didn't get back home till literally 6 o'clock that morning, and I didn't go to bed until 7 o'clock that morning. And I was like, never again, because I had been ready to go. But of course, when you ride with other people, you're basically on their time. So just to avoid all of that, take your own transportation, because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I mean, some people can stay out partying to, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, but that's not me. Really, by 2 o'clock, really 3 o'clock is pushing it. I'm ready to go. So, but I know if I'm like with one of my friends and they're still partying, they're still having fun, I basically got to be with them because I don't want to be the party pooper and spoil everyone's fun. So just to avoid all that, take your own transportation so you can go and leave as you please. Number 2, have enough money to cover your own expenses. Going out can be expensive, whether you're going to the club, you're going to the bar, even going out of town on vacation, because you gotta get an outfit, you gotta get your hair and nails done, you gotta pay the fee to get into the club, or pay, for the drinks, or pay for your food. Going out is just expensive itself, but you need to make sure that you have your own money when you go out. And I mean, we're still in a pandemic, everybody's, funds is kind of funny, to some degree. So if you don't have the money to go out, that's okay. I mean, sometimes you just gotta miss out on the fun to stack your funds, okay? But don't be that friend, that makes plans with everybody to go out. And then once y'all get to wherever you're going, then you be like, oh, well, I don't get paid until tomorrow. I don't get paid to this day. Can you loan me some money? Like, don't be that friend that goes out and expect all of your other friends to pick up your tab. Now, I'm the type of friend, if I ask you out and you say, oh, well, I really, don't have it right now, I'm gonna be like, girl, it's cool, I got you, because that's the type of friend that I am. And I don't mind, picking up your slack every now and again. But I'm not gonna be that type of friend that every time we go out, you're expecting me or somebody else to pay for you, because then we're gonna get tired of you. Then we're gonna, leave you at home. And really at that point, you're just really just using us. So if you know that you don't have the money, I mean, unless your friend, just offers, to pay for your way, then just stay at home, just miss out on this time and maybe the next time you can go. And also, if you have a friend that every single time that you guys go out, they're always expecting you and everybody else to pick up their tab, then that friend is a user and you need to cut them off and leave them at the house. Number 3, stick to the buddy code. I'm 24, almost 25 years old, and every time I go out, my mom always says, hey Star, wherever you and so-and-so go, please make sure that you guys always stick together. Don't go to the car by yourself. Don't go to the restroom by yourself. And that is so important. Y'all, we're living in such dangerous times. I mean, we have, like I said, this pandemic going on, a lot of, sex trafficking going on, and it just can be really dangerous to be traveling by yourself, especially being a woman. So whenever you go out, whether it's just you and one other girlfriend, or a whole group of you guys, please make sure that none of y'all ever go anywhere by yourself. I don't care if it's to the restroom, I don't care if it's to the bar, I don't care if it's back to the car. Always have somebody with you at all times, because you never know who's watching you. You never know what's going on in somebody's mind, to want to do something to you. I mean, I've gone out before, with my friends, and I've had guys come up to me, and my friend was like, girl, I saw him looking at you when we walked in here. And I was like, I didn't even know he was in here. I never even seen him. I mean, you just never know sometimes who's watching you, or what they're capable of doing, or what they're wanting to do. Like I said, just being a woman, we just always have to make sure that we protect ourselves at all times. So not only make sure you have a buddy with you everywhere that you go. Also make sure that you're keeping things on you as well that you need to protect yourself, whether it's a taser, whether it's mace, or whatever. You just have to be careful, ladies. Like I said, wherever you go, just to make sure that you're safe while you're at the place, and to make sure that you get home back safely as well. Don't post your whereabouts until after you've left the location. Kind of brings me back to number 3. You never know who's watching you, or who's following you, or who's tracking you, or whatever. So if you go somewhere, whether you go to a restaurant, or you go on vacation, you go to this specific destination or country, never post your whereabouts while you are there. Always post them after you've left, and make sure that you've been gone from that location at least 30 minutes to an hour or longer. The reason being, like I stated before, you never know who's watching you and what they're trying to do. I mean, it could be somebody it could be somebody you don't know. I mean, guys, it's really not that difficult to find people on social media nowadays. Sometimes you don't even really need someone's first and last name. Sometimes all you just need is their first name, or you just need their last name, and you can just easily find them on social media, especially if you guys have mutual friends. And if, like, say, you're posting their whereabouts, and they're trying to find you, and they're obsessed with you, I mean, by you posting your whereabouts, they could come to where you are, and they may try to cause trouble, or try to kidnap you or something, or sexually assault you. I mean, I try not to think about those kind of things, and I pray to God none of those things ever happen to me or any of you guys. But we just have to be safe, and we have to be cautious, because people just nowadays, just sad to say, really don't just care about life, and people are just really just doing everything. I mean, they're doing things for sex, they're doing things for money. So like I said, just to protect yourself, never post your whereabouts, like I said, until after you've left. If you've gone to a restaurant, you can take Snapchats, posting your Instagram story of you at the location, but I wouldn't tag the location or anything until after me and my friends have left. Really, just like I said, that's not being over dramatic or not doing too much. It's just being safe and just being cautious. Number 5, keep personal things off social media. I've seen it so many times where I see a group of friends go out, and I mean, there's nothing wrong, with going out, having some drinks, twerking or whatnot, but there are just some things that don't need to be posted to social media. For example, if your friend is super sloppy drunk, and they've passed out in the bushes, or they've passed out on the sidewalk, and they just done threw up all over themselves, or they just threw up all over, your car, their car, why are you posting that on social media, embarrassing themselves? Why are you posting your friend and their lipstick or something is smudged, they lost one eyelash, the other eyelash is hanging on by a thread? Why are you posting that? We have to remember, at the end of the day, I mean, those people are not just our friends. They're somebody's mother and sister and dad and uncle and supervisor and manager and colleague and doctor and lawyer and all this above. So by you posting those type of things on social media in those embarrassing moments, that could jeopardize their reputation, that could jeopardize their business, their brand, their image. me personally, I never post my friends on social media, you know, when they're just looking, like I said, any kind of way. And I never let anybody post me on social media if I'm looking any kind of way too, because that's not what a real friend does. I mean, everything, like I said, doesn't need to be posted on social media. If you want to record those kind of things, just keep it in your own, you know, memories or something, and maybe you guys could look back at it, you know, later, you know, just to have like a good laugh or something. But those type of things, if it's something that's going to be embarrassing, like if it's going to be something that's going to be embarrassing, if it's something that I'm going to be ashamed about and I'm going to be angry at you about, don't post it on social media, because I wouldn't post you like that. I have respect for you. So please have, you know, respect for me and my image and my brand, everything that I stand for. You know, everybody has their own personal lives. Everybody, you know, does their own thing and whatever. But every single thing about your life doesn't need to be posted on social media. Like, some things just need to be kept private. But sadly, some people don't know the difference between privacy and things that need to be kept private and discreet. So I know I said I had 5 things, but here's an honorable mention for number 6. Always have a designated driver to get back home. Whether it's you and one other person or you and 4 or 5 other people, always make sure that somebody out of the group is well enough and hasn't been drinking at all, and they're going to be the ones who is responsible for getting you guys back home. It doesn't make sense if I'm not like fully drunk, but I'm tipsy, and like the rest of my friends like are like super drunk, like just tore up, but yet I'm like the designated driver, but yet I'm still struggling to make sure, but yet I'm still struggling to get back home. That's just giving place to the devil for anything to happen. I mean, if you gotta try to do things to wake yourself up to be able to drive, you are not comfortable in driving. I don't care if you guys did take your own transportation and none of you guys are full 100% alert to drive back home, then make sure that you call an Uber, a Lyft, a taxi, whatever, so that way you guys get back home safely. Me personally, I feel like I'm the mom of my friends group, so I'm usually the designated driver, and I'm always the person that's watching out for my friends. Always make sure that you have at least 1 or 2 people out of the friend group that's watching the other friends, you know, to make sure, you know, they're safe, you know, they're well and they're protected, you know, that they're not doing too much or can do anything, you know, that, you know, can physically harm them, you know, because you have some guys, you know, once they see a woman that's can have, you know, a little bit too much to drink, they think that they can come along and, you know, try to take advantage of her because she's not fully aware of her surroundings or what's going on. And then they try to think, and then they think that they can, you know, take her home or whatever. Do not be that type of friend that lets your homegirl or your homeboy go away with somebody, you know, if they're drunk or anything or intoxicated. I don't care if they are saying, oh, he's cute or she fine or she look good. You already know that's not them. That's the liquor talking. Okay. So, and you know, if they were, you know, themselves, you know, if they weren't intoxicated, they would not be going with this. So always, like I said, have one person, whether it's you or whether somebody else, be the mom or be the dad of the group that watches out for everybody and makes sure that everyone is safe and protected and that you all make it back home safely as well. So that is all for my 5 tips on how to be safe and have a fun hot girl or hot boy summer. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, do not forget to give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys are following me on all my social media accounts to keep up with my life off camera. And make sure that you guys hit that notification bell so you will be the first to be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.